What's up, fight fans out there? The UFC has now announced that they are starting 4 new weight divisions. These divisions start at 165, 175, 195, and 225. The minute that I heard this, I said to myself, good. This is going to give a lot of fighters an opportunity that are in those middle weights. They don't have to do like a catch weight to get in. Immediately, the 195 weight class, I thought of Yoel Romero. He could be the number one contender to fight for that title instead of fighting for the 185 or the 205 with Daniel Cormier, because I don't think Daniel Cormier is going to fight Yoel Romero. But I think a fight is on the horizon for you. I think you might get another shot at a title. This time, don't leave it up to the judges. Get your title that you deserve, my man. Everybody else, this opens the gates for a lot of people to fluctuate between divisions. It also gives them an opportunity to also move from one division to the next and taking their power or speed with them. Sometimes when they move up in weight or go down from weight, they usually lose one or the other. And in this case, it's very much likely that you'll be able to see some fighters' true fighting potential, and the weight cuts won't be as dramatic, because the weight cuts, I think, have affected a great deal of many fighters in the past, where that they have done this ridiculous weight cut and the next night they had to fight. Some people cannot just jump back from that. Others were very fortunate and they will to come back from a weight cut like that. But I think that implementing these 4 new divisions into the UFC, it's a really good thing. It gives more champions. And there's one thing about boxing and the UFC that I see slightly different besides the fighting itself as a champion, is what I'm saying. Floyd Mayweather walks into the ring. He walks in and he has just a row of belts behind him. He has the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, the WBO, and he has just, these guys. Every time boxers get in the ring, they have like their entourage holding up behind them. I have yet to seen a champion in UFC ever, not one time, be the champion and it's going to defend the championship and ever walk to the ring with the title to show the fans that he or she is the champion. I have never, ever seen that. I've never, ever seen that in the UFC. The champions do not come out with their titles to show their opponent. Like, if you came out to fight somebody, right, and he had, how about Demetrius Johnson? He has 11 title defenses. That means he has 11 titles. If Demetrius Johnson walked in with 11 titles behind him everywhere, just girls, men, anybody just holding up titles, that would be intimidating right there by itself. You're fighting an 11 title world champion. And you could see all the something that the UFC and some of the fighters should implement, to show the fans and your opponent, look who you're about to fight. This is what I'm about. You see? And the UFC never does that, Well, give it back at me with your what you think about, should UFC fighters bring their titles to the ring like boxers, or should they leave it the way it is? I think it's an intimidating factor. I also think that it's a strategy to show your opponent that this is who you're fighting, the champion. And there's a lot of other ways, people can view it. I just want to hear all your opinions. Get back at me. And for the UFC, man, this looks good. And there's going to be a lot of champions and a lot of good fighters that are going to come out hungry and claim those thrones, because those are four vacant titles, and those divisions need champions. The four titles up to grab. May the best man win.